Training shoes and running are two things that typically do not go together. Manufacturers in the past have tried to bridge the gap with their training shoes by adding in more cushioning, making them more flexible, but usually by doing so, you end up taking away from the overall stability of the shoe. Reebok had a really good effort with the Speed TR 2.0, which to this day is probably still one of the best training shoes that you could also run pretty comfortably in if you liked a more minimal platform. Now, there are some people that need a little bit more cushioning and a little bit more structure to their shoe, and for those people, I think we found the answer to the Speed TR 2.0, and that is the Nike Free X METCON. Now, this shoe carries the Free name and the METCON name, so you get a little bit of both without taking away too much from either. The biggest criticism I've heard about these shoes is that they are a Nike Free, and you can't lift in Nike Frees. They suck for running. They're going to give you shin splints, plantar fasciitis, and I'm happy to tell you guys that none of that is true. These are not only one of the best training shoes to run in, these are just one of the best training shoes of 2018. So let's start with the build quality and construction, where I gave this shoe a 6 out of 6. The new Huarache design is awesome. This is the best looking training shoe. I don't care what anyone says. This is a dope looking shoe. This is the Atmosphere Gray colorway, and it's got the speckled midsole, the speckled TPU heel counter, speckled rubber outsole, of course the sock-like Atmosphere Gray, which, as I mentioned in my earlier first impressions review, that it's a sock-like design, but it's not one piece, and it's not like Flyknit. The toe box is a mesh material that has kind of like a TPU webbing over it to give it a little bit more structure. It does not have the elasticity really like Flyknit, but honestly it's probably a little bit more flexible. Now, the TPU heel counter also acts as part of the lacing system. As you can see, you've got 3 fly wire laces, and then you've got holes all the way down to help you fit your shoe and prevent heel slip. Now, I personally do not have any kind of issues with heel slip just lacing it like this, but if you had issues, you could also lace it further down, and I've heard of that helping people immensely with the fit of their shoe. This ankle collar is a padded neoprene, which is extremely comfortable. It does not hug your ankle or anything. It fits a little bit loose in that area, but it never really feels like there's a lack of structure. Now, the biggest change in construction between this shoe and the METCON 4s and DSX Flyknit 2s is that it does not have a drop-in midsole. It has a normal sock liner and then a built-in midsole, which you can kind of see through these little tri-stars. And then there is the harder carrier foam, which is this material that you can see from here. It's got the 4-foot flex grooves in it that goes pretty much the full length of the shoe. And then you also have some harder rubber pods at the toe strewn throughout the 4-foot of the shoe, and then a giant piece in the middle of the shoe for durability against the rope and also structure to the bottom of the shoe, and then a few more points of rubber at the heel. And of course, because you don't have the drop-in midsole, there are no issues with squeaking in the shoe. The offset is 5 millimeters, and the weight of the shoe is 11.19 ounces, which puts it pretty much in line with all of the other top-shelf training shoes. I haven't found any glaring durability issues with the shoe, but only time will tell in the test of durability. These shoes fit my feet exceptionally well, so I gave these shoes a 6 out of 6 when it comes to fit. I have heard of other people running into heel slip, but it hasn't happened to me personally. I'd say play around with the lacing configuration, try lacing it a little bit lower. That's what it's there for. The overall fit and feel of this shoe is on the wide side. The toe box is plenty wide for enough toe splay. The midfoot of the shoe does not have any glaring arch or anything, and the heel of the shoe is on the normal side. The way that it fits on the Nike scale is that I wear a size 10 in these, I wear a size 10 in the METCONs and the DSX Flyknit 2s. It fits somewhere in the middle between the METCON 4 and the DSX Flyknit 2 as far as length and fit goes. The DSX Flyknit 2s are a little bit longer, and the METCON 4s have a more snug toe box. I'd say these shoes will fit a variety of feet just fine, and I'd recommend that you size them like your normal METCON or your DSX Flyknit 2. Flexibility and comfort are the free METCON's bread and butter, so I gave these shoes a 6 out of 6. These are the most comfortable training shoes that you can get your hands on at the moment. The sock-like upper is extremely comfortable, moves with your feet really well. Even though it's not a single piece, there are no chafing areas inside the shoe. It feels like you have a sock on, and you could probably wear these without socks and be perfectly comfortable. The forefoot of the shoe has all the flex grooves for running and lets your feet move really well and unhindered. The only area of the shoe that does not have any flex is the middle bottom part of the shoe, which has the hard rubber plate, and that's there so that you could get your lifts in. The inner midsole cushioning is plentiful but does not detract from the overall stability of the shoe and adds a level of energy return that is uncommon from any training shoe. These are the absolute best training shoes to run in. I'd even go as far to say as these are some of my favorite just running shoes in general. For METCONs and plyometric movements, these are some of the best shoes. They're flexible where you need them to be, but they're also responsive and stable for things like box jumps, and the cushioning is not overdone, so you'll never really lose track of your double unders. I'll say it again, these are the most comfortable training shoes. Stability is going to be the most subjective topic when it comes to the free METCONs, but personally I gave these shoes a 5 out of 6. I was able to do all my normal lifting in these shoes, and I actually hit a brand new deadlift 5 rep PR at 505 pounds. I was able to hit a front squat 3 rep tie 315. I cleaned up to 265 on my power clean, snatched up to 205 in these shoes. I have been able to do all of my normal numbers in these shoes and more without any kind of issues with stability. Now, if you are a novice or beginning lifter and you were trying Olympic lifts and you had issues with mobility or body control, these might not be the best shoe because of the lack of structure compared to the normal METCONs. But if you're using these shoes for lighter weights, you're using it for HIIT or boot camp workouts, or just normal gym purposes, these shoes are going to be plenty fine for you. If you're an advanced to elite lifter, you're going to be able to lift in these shoes without any issues. Now for rope climbing, the traction is excellent on the way up, but it might be a little bit too much for the way down. Once you start sliding down the rope, these shoes start sliding off your feet. Probably not my top choice for a rope climbing shoe, but otherwise I would happily use these shoes on a day-to-day basis. The stability is fine for anything that I am using them for. For value, I gave these shoes a 5 out of 6. These are not an entry-level shoe. They retail at $120, which is only $10 less than the standard METCON. These are the running METCON, but overall, I'm going to say that these are some of the best training shoes of 2018. I'd actually go as far to say that past the Nano 8, these are going to be my second pick. Compared to the normal METCON 4, I could wear these on a day-to-day basis. They'll never become uncomfortable. I can lift in them, I can run in them. They're way cheaper than the DSX Flyknit 2s, which are not excellent running shoes. They're a little bit more stable than these are, but once again, I can't wear those on a day-to-day basis because they're just not that comfortable. Compared to the Speed TR 2.0, which is also an excellent deal and an excellent training shoe, I would pick the free METCONs because they have more stability. They are better running shoes unless you liked a more minimalist platform. And I'd say the only shoe that I would take over these shoes is the Nano 8s because I still think that those are overall the best training shoes at the moment. But even then, that's subjective because these you could wear out. You could wear them with some joggers, you could wear them with some jeans. These are some sick looking shoes. They perform excellent, and these have my highest recommendation. The total score of these shoes is a 28 out of 30. In my book, these are going to be a must buy, the only must buy other than the Nano 8s. If you're looking at these shoes, definitely cop. You will not be disappointed. These are excellent training shoes. And if you guys have any questions about them, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. I have a full written review on my website, asmanyreviewsaspocible.com. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and like button. And as always, guys, thanks for watching.